60 or. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
A big play that time for the Raiders. 51 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. Caught out right by Renfro. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
2nd and 6. Forced out to his left. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, as the 1st half is winding down, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score.
Was halt den Hersteller? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Aber sollte ja, wenn das abseits kompatibel ist.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Hunter Renfro, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the 2nd half, no matter what, with his first 5 minutes.
Schönen guten Morgen.
Let's go. 8, read.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
Once again, it's Jacobs. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull.
Moin, Martin.
Moin.
Wieso hast du ausgemacht?
Ja, weil du das so laut gemacht hast. Ich habe 2 gemacht. Und dann habe ich die Uhr gestellt. Weil die hättest du auch nicht gestellt gehabt.
Der stellt sich automatisch aus der Fernseher.
Nee, das war mir aber zu laut.
Play a little bit. Things looking good.
Ach du meine Güte.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Come on, work. We want. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He sets to fire deep. It got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Hunter Renfrow, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Down. 90, Wolf. 34. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Fix him.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Sag mal, Henry, liegt mir das ein oder sieht das anders aus wie im Wetter 5-4? Ja? Okay.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Ja, denke.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game. And they do win it on a final play. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Oakland, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers.
Bumm.
Das wäre so geil, die Linie springen. In der Luft.
Musik ist nämlich geil, wie sie die selbstbewussten Peter in Szene gesetzt haben hier.
Flex mode, this is Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad being pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sus on the play stores. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God. Big numbers, 100 minute bag,
Hab ich gemerkt. Das ist noch Restalkohol im Blut. Verzeihung.
Ach so, ich schieß die ganze Zeit. Ich schieß die ganze Zeit auf die, ey.
Wolltest du sogar dann nur einen Unsterbliche töten?
Ja, weil ich dachte, wir sind Gegner. Die rennen gerade weg.
Den brauchen wir noch.
Das kannst du mir ja mal gerne geben, weißt du? Das benutze ich gerne. Ich habe auch schon bei Lila Mods 5% Sturm gesehen oder 1% Waffenschaden. Also lohnt sich schon ein bisschen anzugucken.
Ja, aber es brennt nachher.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Detroit Lions. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home. And they are. Grafiktechnisch kommt da nichts rüber. To a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Das war's.
No, danke.
Ready? 50, come on.
Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
North of 100 yards to 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Flush to his right. That's going to be caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a box.
Also jetzt hier brauchen wir keine Bewerbungsbildverwertung mehr.
Here we go.
Scheiße, ich hab nicht aufgepasst.
Come on, Mitch Fox.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
60 outlaw.
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Running the toss here to Jacobs. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They go play action here on first down. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one goes for 30 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They come out here in the eye. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. C.J. Ham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field, the fullbacks for the defense. They knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Hey, grüß dich. Ja, bitte. Nee, ich bin auf 10 Vitamin gegangen, auf 100.000, das ist völlig ausreichend. Ja, 70 kann ich auch schon.
They'll set up to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch. A lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. 11 yards there, first down.
Er war bei der Party, ich habe ihn eingeladen, er sagte, er spielt mit Shell und Breakpoint. Ich habe gesagt, keine Grüße gehen raus, und sagte er, ja, keine Grüße gehen zurück und ist abgehauen. Okay.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
90, Wolf.
Throw left side, taken in by Renfrow. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Ich habe keinen Wort verstanden.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure running. And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Jemanden anzuflüssen oder was weiß ich. Wie viel Spaß haben beim Spielen. Ja.
Ready?
Du brauchst im Augenblick wieder fast einen Foul aus oder so.
On first down, it's Jacobs. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Das war schon geil. Gibt's hier immer noch jährlich. Gibt es immer noch. Nennt sich Frühtanz. Einmal im Jahr ist das.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Diskothek, der kam gerade ein Kollege aus dem Knast, der wollte unbedingt mal wieder ein Bier trinken und ich wollte ihm in die Diskothek gehen. Ich habe gesagt, nein, das bereust du, glaub ich, musst du bereuen. Nein, ich will aber jetzt nicht. Ich will jetzt hinten schon gegangen. Und der war da, 99. 15 Euro Eintritt bezahlen. Ich wusste nicht warum. Plötzlich stand ein Gruß von mir.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Nee, ich bin nur einfach zu Fuß.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Wo war's der denn hin? Ja, klar. In die Walachei.
Einer fehlt uns jetzt noch. Dann können wir im Prinzip weit starten, oder?
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. They'll have a first down past the 40. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams.
Mal jetzt. Ich habe noch 200 Gigabyte frei hier.
Let's go. 70, Indy. I got you.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Ja, ist remastered. Ist remastered, also ich gucke mir mal die Bilder an. Das sieht richtig fett aus.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He's going to find and complete it to Renfro.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and now it's second down. 2nd and 10. The open man here, Renfro. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now throwing on third.
Go now. 90, Wolf. 58, right there. Go, tackle, go. We got this, Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 40 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
And there was some of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Let him know.
Go. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Jetzt das Pervers aus.
Let's go. 10-2 stop.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. One more time with Jacobs. Oh, he breaks another. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll run with Jacobs, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old?
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. They've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Raiders, they improved a...
Ach, einer fehlt noch.
Mhm. Und der Matchboxer möchte in unserem Clan, dann passt es ja, wenn der Boss da ist.
Hala pennt bestimmt noch, ne? Der ist so lange wach. Stimmt, um 6 Uhr ist schlafen gegangen.
Verrückt Hund.
Ja, gestern einen neuen Grade-Abschluss hat bei ihm gar nicht gereicht, muss man mehr machen.
Ja, die wollen mit aller Macht mich einholen.
Ja, ey, ohne Witz, der hat so ein bisschen 10 schon gemacht und der hat dann am Facebook gestern noch um 23 Uhr was geschrieben. Du genau, Grade-Abschluss. Vielleicht wollte er unbedingt Carsten überholen. Mit 300 €. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle, show this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any
So, dann speichere ich hier mal ab.
Young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle, show this so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Hammer, ist das online?
Anwendung schließen. Okay.